What if everything you've been told about starting and running a business is completely wrong? What if you don't need a business plan, venture capital, or even employees to build something successful? Meet Jason Fried and David Heinemeier Hansson, the founders of Basecamp. While their competitors were raising millions of dollars, hiring hundreds of employees, and working 80-hour weeks, they did the exact opposite. They built a multi-million-dollar software company with a small team, no investors, and a 40-hour work week. Their secret: they threw out the traditional business playbook entirely. Rework is on just another business book. It's a manifesto that challenges every assumption about how businesses should operate. And here's the kicker: their contrarian approach actually works better than conventional wisdom. The problem with traditional business thinking. Here's what most business gurus tell you: write a detailed business plan, raise money from investors, hire fast, grow at all costs, and outwork everyone else. Sounds familiar, right? But Fried and Hansson noticed something interesting. The most stressed, unhappy entrepreneurs they knew were following this exact playbook. Meanwhile, they were building Basecamp profitably, sustainably, and enjoyably by doing the complete opposite. Lesson 1. Ignore your business plan. Traditional advice says you need a comprehensive business plan before starting. Rework says that's nonsense. Business plans are fantasies written by people who have no idea what's actually going to happen. Think about it. When was the last time a business plan survived contact with real customers? Exactly. Plans make you feel good, but they don't make you money. Instead, start building something real. Basecamp began as an internal tool they created for their design agency. They didn't write a business plan. They solved their own problem and discovered other people had the same issue. Real-life application. Stop planning and start doing. Build a simple version of your idea this week, not next year. Lesson 2. Bootstrap. Don't fundraise. Everyone thinks you need investors to succeed. Rework argues that taking money is often the worst thing you can do for your business. Why? Because when you take investor money, you're no longer building a business. You're building an exit strategy. You have to grow fast, spend big, and often compromise your values to satisfy people who don't understand your vision. Basecamp never took investment money. This meant they could focus on profitability from day one, make decisions based on what's right for customers, and maintain complete control over their company culture. Here's a mind-blowing fact. They've been profitable almost since launch, while many funded competitors have burned through millions and disappeared. Real-life application. Start small and fund growth through revenue, not investment. Your first customer is more valuable than your first investor. Lesson 3. Start a business, not a startup. Here's a critical distinction most people miss. Businesses make money, startups burn money, hoping to make money later. Startups focus on growth metrics, user acquisition, and disruption. Businesses focus on customers, profitability, and sustainability. Guess which model actually works long-term? Basecamp calls themselves a business, not a startup. They measure success by profit and customer satisfaction, not by how much money they can raise or burn. Real-life application. Ask yourself, are you building something profitable or something fundable? Pick profitable every time. Lesson 4. Meetings are toxic. This might be the most revolutionary idea in the book. Meetings are productivity killers, not productivity tools. Think about your last meeting. Did it result in immediate action or just more meetings? Most meetings are just people talking about work instead of actually doing work. Basecamp has a radical policy. They avoid meetings at almost all costs. When they absolutely must meet, they have strict rules, clear agenda, specific end time, and required outcomes. Their productivity skyrocketed when they eliminated most meetings. Instead, they communicate through writing, which forces clarity and creates a permanent record of decisions. Real-life application. Cancel unnecessary meetings this week. Replace them with clear written communication. Watch your productivity soar. Lesson 5. Hire slowly, fire fast. Traditional wisdom says hire fast to scale quickly. Rework says this is business suicide. Every hire changes your company culture. Hire the wrong person, and they'll infect your team with negativity, mediocrity, or misaligned values. It's like adding poison to a recipe. A little bit ruins the whole dish. Basecamp hires incredibly slowly. They'd rather be understaffed with great people than fully staffed with mediocre ones. When they do hire, they look for people who can write well, because clear communication is more valuable than technical skills alone. And when someone isn't working out, they act fast. Keeping the wrong person hurts everyone, including that person. Real-life application. Before your next hire, ask yourself, would I rather have this person or nobody? If the answer is nobody, keep looking. Lesson 6. Ignore the competition. Most businesses are obsessed with what competitors are doing. Rework says this is a waste of energy and creativity. When you focus on competition, you're always playing catch-up. You're copying instead of innovating. You're reacting instead of leading. Basecamp rarely looks at what competitors are building. Instead, they focus obsessively on their own customers and their own vision. This approach has kept them innovative, while competitors copy each other into mediocrity. Real-life application. Stop checking what your competitors are doing daily. Spend that time talking to your customers instead. Lesson 7. Say no to almost everything. Here's where most businesses go wrong. They try to please everyone and end up pleasing no one. Basecamp has a powerful philosophy. They say no to most feature requests, most opportunities, and most partnerships. This sounds crazy, but it's genius. By saying no to everything that doesn't align with their core mission, they can focus completely on what they do best: simple project management software. Their product is successful precisely because it doesn't try to do everything. Every yes to one thing is a no to something else. Most businesses don't understand this trade-off. Real-life application. List everything you're working on. Pick the 3 most important items. Say no to everything else. Lesson 8. Embrace constraints. Most people think constraints limit creativity. Rework argues they actually enhance it. When you have unlimited resources, unlimited time, and unlimited options, you often create unlimited mess. Constraints force you to be creative, focused, and efficient. Basecamp embraces constraints deliberately. Small team. Forces them to build simple solutions. Limited features. Forces them to prioritize what matters most. No outside funding. Forces them to be profitable. These aren't limitations, they're superpowers. Real-life application. What constraint can you impose on yourself this week to spark creativity? Lesson 9. Work sustainable hours. The hustle culture says success requires 8-hour weeks. Rework calls this destructive nonsense. Creativity and productivity don't come from exhaustion. They come from rest, reflection, and sustainable work practices. When you're constantly tired, you make worse decisions, treat people poorly, and burn out quickly. Basecamp has maintained a 40-hour work week for years. Their team is more creative, more productive, and happier than competitors who work twice as many hours. Here's the paradox. By working less, they accomplish more. Quality beats quantity every single time. Real-life application. Set boundaries around your work hours. Protect your rest time like you protect your work time. Lesson 10. Build something you use. The most successful products solve problems their creators actually have. Basecamp exists because Fried and Hansson needed better project management for their design agency. When you build something you use daily, you understand the pain points intimately. You know what features matter and what's just noise. You're your own best customer and harshest critic. Contrast this with businesses built around market research and focus groups. These companies build products for hypothetical customers they don't understand. Real-life application. Before building anything, ask yourself, would I pay for this product? Would I use it every day? Lesson 11. Marketing is not a department. Traditional companies have marketing departments that create campaigns. Rework says everything you do is marketing. Your customer service is marketing. Your product quality is marketing. How you treat employees is marketing. Your company values are marketing. Basecamp doesn't have a traditional marketing department. Instead, they focus on building something remarkable and treating people well. Their customers become their marketers through word of mouth. Real-life application. Instead of creating ads, create experiences worth talking about. Lesson 12. Sell your byproducts every business creates. Byproducts, things that emerge from your main work but aren't your main product. Most companies ignore these. Smart companies monetize them. Basecamp's byproduct strategy is brilliant. Their design agency work led to Basecamp. Their business lessons became books and speaking engagements. Their hiring practices became templates they sell. Real-life application. What valuable byproducts is your work creating that you could package and sell? The Rework philosophy. Less is more. Here's the thread connecting all these lessons. Less is more. Less planning, less money, less meetings, less hiring, less features, less hours, less competition, obsession. This isn't about being lazy. It's about being focused. Most businesses fail because they try to do too much, too fast, with too many people. Rework shows you how to build something sustainable by doing less, better. Your challenge? Here's your Rework challenge. Pick one thing from this video and implement it this week. Cancel unnecessary meetings. Say no to a project that's distracting you. Work sustainable hours. Start building instead of planning. Remember, you don't need permission to rework how you do business. You don't need investors, employees, or elaborate plans. You just need to start. Stay focused and build something people actually want. The question isn't whether you can afford to try these ideas. The question is, can you afford not to? Success isn't about following the crowd. It's about having the courage to rework everything and build something truly different. Growth comes from action, not just information. Take one lesson from this book and start practicing it today. For more life-changing insights on personal development, make sure to subscribe and stay on this journey of self-improvement.